Before we start, just so you know, I'm recording this session. I'm going to upload it as a private YouTube video afterwards, just so you can kind of check it out later. So if you want to take notes, go ahead, but you don't have to because you can just check out the video when we're done.
Okay, awesome.
All right, so you're about 1500 with Guile. You want to try to be like more consistent, get better, just figure out what you're doing. You want to get to 1600 for Evo. Awesome. So as a Guile player right now, what do you think your strengths are and what do you think your weaknesses are?
Strengths, I don't know. I'll say weaknesses. I feel like one thing I've been working on is being less passive.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I tend to just let other people just bully me, and I trying to like react to everything, and I end up reacting to nothing, and
Mm.
just get jumped in on or DI'd or put in the corner, and just really put in a bad situation. I think once I can like stop them from jumping and like establish a neutral game, I can play like decently well zoning game. Um, I guess is my strength or one of my strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I guess you know one of the things I'm trying to help identify is what I'm kind of doing wrong and what are kind of the big things I should be focusing on.
All right, so let's take a look at your replays because that's usually the best way to kind of get an idea of what you're doing well and what you're doing not so well at. So let me take a look at that.
Yeah.
What is your CFN name?
Good question. It's just duct tape, capital DUCT,
Okay.
capital TAPE. Yeah, I just played a couple of games before this, and they did not go well. So,
All right, did you fall below 1500?
yeah, I did.
Okay, duct tape.
DUCT.
DUCT. Okay.
Yeah.
DUC duct tape.
DUCTTAP.
Two T's. Like this?
Yep, that should be it.
All right,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, go.
Yep.
So let's watch this. Ryu, he got better, a lot better this season, but I still think Guile fights him really well. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. So whenever you watch so go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, whenever you're watching your replays, one thing you should always be doing, you should always ask yourself, like, why did I win or why did I lose? I think it's a really important thing to be thinking about when you watch your replays. If you're not doing that, it's kind of not a waste of time, but you're not really watching effectively, I feel. So let's take a look at this. Let's see what you're doing. I'm not gonna make too many comments. I've got the game sound off. I hear this game like all day because of the coaching I do. I'd just rather not hear the sound right now.
Yeah.
So let's see. What are you doing here? No perfect parry on the boom, on the fireball. Then you jump. Okay. Throw. So one thing I'm gonna say with Guile, I kind of, as a Guile player myself, I understand why you jump there. I think it's really important in like 1500 to like not jump at all until you have like an actual read on your opponent's fireball timing.
Yeah.
I feel like jumping that early in the match is kind of like you as a Guile player feeling kind of frustrated. And if you're getting frustrated like right off the rip, that's kind of not good. So just remember to keep your patience in a match with like Ryu or like any of the Shotos, even like Akuma. You win the fireball war, so don't get frustrated. Just try to frustrate your opponent. Don't be willing to jump that soon, that quick. Because as soon as you start jumping, your opponent's gonna start playing really weird. So just play a really good grounded game in the start. See what they do. Okay, he anti-aired you, he threw you. No whiff punish on that. Okay, good flash kick, nice. Okay, what I want to see you do is once you land something like this, you went for the light flash kick, which is good because so the light flash kick keeps the opponent close to you. I'm not sure if you did the light kick on purpose or if you just kind of did it because you should be going for hard kick here. But if you go for light kick, to me as a Guile player, that shows me that you're trying to forego a bit of damage because you want Oki. You want set play.
Okay. I think I just kind of habitually go for light kick just kind of all the time.
Okay, yeah, no, for jump-ins, I think you can easily react with heavy. So the thing with Guile that I feel like a lot of kind of like intermediate-ish players do with Guile, they'll use his flash kicks, but they don't really know the difference between them. So light keeps them really close to you, medium keeps them like a bit close to you, and heavy sends them pretty much full screen. Then OD is like if you really, really need the extra invulnerability or whatever, or if you just want extra damage to kill. What you got to do is then, if you're doing light, after this, the good thing with light, you get really good Oki off of this. You try to dash in and throw, but you don't really get a dash in throw. They're too far away. And Gal's forward walk speed like isn't fast enough to actually set up a true forward walk in throw here. So what you would want to do is drive rush throw. If you drive rush, you've got more than enough time to do it. So hold on, let me. So if you this is kind of tricky. If you hit them like really high in your boom, in your flash kick, you can dash forward, then dash again. So like dash forward, drive rush is like guaranteed. This is like easy auto timed meaty throw kind of stuff. The problem with this is it's not so great against delay throw tech, or what you can do is you can kind of fake it out, and instead of doing the dash first, you can just do a forward neutral drive rush here. Now the good thing about forward neutral drive rush is if you hold down back after you do the drive rush, it's an auto shimmy. Because Guile has a really far drive rush. It's not like the fastest in the game, but it goes really, really far. It keeps on walking at you. So what you want to do is you hold down back, and then if they whiff throw, you do like standing hard punch, and you go into your punish. Or you can get a meaty setup like this. You're +4. This is really strong back medium, just standing medium punch. Right here. With the auto time, this will beat wake up 4 frames too. And then you can set up your pressure here. You can strike throw shimmy because you can walk back after this. If they think they're going to throw, you can walk back. If you think they're not going to do anything, you throw. And if you want to call them out for button pushes, you can do this. Now here's a really good sequence that I think a lot of Gal players in 1500 don't know about. The Kara Boom. So let's say you go for your frame trap here, right? You're frame trapping them with standing medium punch because you're +4. This is 7 frames. This will catch 4 frames. You do this, but you kind of like autopilot into that frame trap, into the target combo. Yeah. But it doesn't hit. So what you want to do is you want to kind of like hit confirm that second standing medium punch. And you're going to do your target combo. And if you see that they block, you throw a boom after. Now you're plus. You're +4 to +5. If you get the perfect boom, you'll be +5. If you get the regular boom, it'll be 4. It would look like that. And that's really strong. Because now you can keep your pressure.
Okay. How does that work?
I'll show you in training mode. But let's get through the rest of this replay, then I'll show you in training mode. So that's something you could have done there. So walk forward. That doesn't work, unfortunately. There you go. So yeah, so you're always using light, right? Is that light boom? Yeah, you should be using. So you never really want to end in light flash kick in combos.
Okay.
Then with light flash kick, it gives you like the worst of everything. It's the worst damage, the worst screen carry, and doesn't really give you great Oki. Basically, you want to choose between either medium flash kick or heavy flash kick are the two best ones for combos. Heavy flash kick doesn't give you great Oki, but it does send them all the way full screen. And if you can throw a boom and walk forward, it closes the gap really quick and lets you get really good corner carry. Medium flash kick gives you really good auto-timed set play, and it's his best Oki tool, mid-screen and in the corner. So I'll show you some things. That's the thing. Guile has like 2 special moves, but you gotta know how to use them. Yeah, see here, like this thing you did, which is really good. You're -3 here. You could be like +5, +6 if you do the Kara boom.
Okay.
Keeps your turn. Nice. All right, so here being a little bit too defensive. So good job pairing these fireballs. Yeah. So when you're doing this as a Guile, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is just like a habit of mine. When they start throwing fireballs, I know I should be winning the fireball war, but I don't know, I'm always nervous at the jump, and I end up not really contesting enough.
Yeah, I don't think not engaging the fireball is bad. I don't think that part's bad. The bad part here is you didn't check the drive rush.
Yeah.
Right, because if you're playing defensively, right? When you're playing defensively, your goal isn't just to like turtle and do nothing. It's to stop offense, right? So if Ryu, who has a slow drive rush, is just bum rushing you from full screen, you got to stop that, right? So crouching medium kick, that's going to give you +6, you know. You can do this. That's a combo. If you want to go for something easy, you know, this works. If you want to go for something a little bit harder, you can go for that. I mean, it's not hard at all, but just stop them in their tracks. If they're drive rushing, they're going to be standing. So if they're standing and you got bar, you know.
Okay.
this kind of stuff. Now you're full screen. Life is good. So you don't want to just be parry, 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 because if you let them in your face, it's kind of tricky. Guile doesn't have the best up close defense.
Yeah, I feel like this happens a lot. People get in on me, and then I'm just like, oh, what do I do?
Yeah, because they get in on you because you're not stopping them from getting in. See, you're walking back and forth here. You're doing the shimmy. Then what happens? You just let them walk right into you.
Yeah, and I get low forward so often, and it's so aggravating.
All right, so if you're getting low forwarded a lot, that means we got to talk about your footsies and your general neutral plan. So if you're getting low forwarded, that means you're letting your opponent come into your space, right? And if you're letting them poke at you, you're letting them walk forward a lot. So you have to either think, okay, my opponent is going to be doing lots of crouching medium kicks. How can I stop crouching medium kick? Well, number one, you can either... So this will be easier to show in training mode. Let me show you in training mode. Because if that's a common issue you're having, we got enough info from this. We got enough info from this review anyways. I don't need to keep on watching this. Let's go like this. Let's go into training mode.
There's been rounds I think I played against a jury player. I swear I only got hit by crouching medium kick.
Ah, gotcha. All right. So if you're getting hit by crouching medium kick, let's go to round start position here. Make a save state here. Let's turn off this. So if you're getting hit by crouching medium kick, there's like a couple of ways you can approach this. But basically at a really fundamental level, if they're doing this to you, that was not space right. There we go. If they're doing this, that means they walked into your space. So how can we stop people from walking into your space? And let's not even think about booms. This isn't really a Guile thing. It's just like a Street Fighter thing. How do we stop them? Well, we poke preemptively, right? We use a long-ranging normal to stop them from getting into our space, right? That's the first way you can stop them. Second way you can stop them is to walk backwards and make their crouching medium kick whiff. So you let them get right into that close space, and then you punish. And with Guile, you get a ton of reward for that because he has his level 1. So you need to either change your approach to stick out more, like how can I say, preemptive pokes, long-range pokes that keep your opponent away from you. There's a reason why Guile has a really far crouching medium kick that's not special cancelable. Like it's just meant as a keep-out tool. So crouching medium kick, standing heavy kick for something a little bit more risky but higher reward because it's super super cancelable. Back heavy punch, crouching medium punch. Like there's a reason why Guile has really long range on all these moves. Then you have to be thinking, okay, well if I'm sticking out a move preemptively, I'm probably going to get counter hits on my opponent because I'm beating them during the startup of their move. You're not going to be throwing this out at a range where it doesn't hit. You're going to be throwing it at a range where it does hit. So you have to know your frame data on your counter hits to make sure you can maximize what Guile can do. So just really quick, let's go like this. Count, block after first hit, counter hit. Okay. So if you counter hit with a crouching medium kick, you're going to be +6. But if you're doing it at tip range, you're not going to be able to actually connect with your 6 frame move because it's tip range. But if you have charge, you'll maybe be able to get a crouching medium kick, a medium kick flash kick. It depends on the spacing. It can be a little bit tricky, but if they're a little bit closer, the light kick flash kick is pretty much guaranteed. If you're worried about spacing and you really want to get that punish, you can do the OD version. But again, because you're only +6, it can be really hard. If you're not close and you only hit with like the tip of the flash kick range, it'll actually be like slower than 6 frame startup because that's a travel to the opponent, so that doesn't work. So I would just kind of like take the counter hit and like just do nothing with it. You got 6 frames, you can walk forward a bit, you can challenge your space. Then if you get counter hit with crouching medium punch, you're +6 again. So you can do, if they're close, you can get 2 of these. But usually if you're kind of stopping from far away, you're still not going to be close enough to get that. So just take your plus frames to set up your pokes. And then if they block it, you're doing drive chip damage, and if they're getting hit by it, you get damage. And if you have lots of bar, you can always just do this into your pressure, right? You can set up your stuff there. And then if they get hit, you can hit confirm it. You know the drill. So that's the first thing. Know your counter hit frame data and what your options are after your best pokes, crouching medium kick, crouching medium punch, back hard punch, and standing hard kick. That's another good one because here you're also +6. Then next thing you want to do is you can say, okay, well, instead of counter poking, because I'm scared of my opponent, like how can I say, whiff punishing me if you're doing it from tip range, I'm just gonna let them get into that range and I'm gonna walk back a little bit to make it whiff. This is really, really strong. So you can go for this. You can go for standing hard punch, crouching medium punch. It all depends. The thing with Guile is some of his buttons, it can be a little bit tricky to whiff punish crouching medium kicks, but crouching medium punch generally works really well against crouching medium kicks as a whiff punish. It kind of hits like the top of their leg. This one's really good. Back hard punch is a little bit trickier. See, I'm kind of at the same distance, but it doesn't really work. It's not as good of a whiff punish as crouching medium punch. So the way you want to use these two, crouching medium punch has a lot less risk than crouching medium kick because this is special cancelable. So if they decide to drive impact you, you can always return it with that. Crouching medium kick, you can't. But crouching medium kick, if you have charge and you hold back for a second, you don't let go of back and you whiff punish, it has that added benefit of you can special cancel. You can link this afterwards on punish counter. So spend some time practicing this, and that'll keep them out. Also, whoops, same thing with standing heavy kick. In Season 3, they changed this, so he's got extra plus frames on this after punish counter. You don't need to actually special cancel this anymore. You can just link a level 1 after a punish counter standing heavy kick. So that makes it easier to do. You don't need to do like this kind of stuff anymore, like the actual super cancel. You just kind of hold, you just walk back for a second. Just get used to the timing. It's like right after his foot touches the ground. You input this, boom, you get a full combo. Sends them full screen. Now you're back to doing your basic, boom, drive rush, get in kind of game. Then the other thing you can do is just, just block. See how they approach. Just because you're getting chipped by this isn't really a bad thing, because they're gonna get pushed out a little bit by a crouching medium kick. Now you can kind of retaliate afterwards. So it really depends.
After that, like after blocking it, I guess I kind of just feel stuck. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, kind of.
All right, well, what you're gonna have to do is you have to think about like what can your opponent do after you block a crouching medium kick, because nobody in this game has a plus on block crouching medium kick.
It's not plus. Yeah.
He's -6 after a crouching medium kick. Now, it's not really the crouching medium kick itself that's scary, it's what comes after, because most people aren't just going to crouching medium kick. They're going to either crouching medium kick drive rush, crouching medium kick fireball, crouching medium kick Jinrai, depending on the character. Akuma generally is going to do like fireball. Ryu would do fireball or Hashogeki. Maybe donkey kick if he hits it tip range and then he's safe, that kind of stuff. Jiri, probably she'll go for like the overhead extension of her flip thingy, all that kind of stuff. It really depends on the character you're fighting, but characters like Cammy, other good crouching medium kick characters, Cammy, Terry, generally they'll just throw out a crouching medium kick. Bison too, just throw out the crouching medium kick and then stop after. So they're minus. So if they're not drive rushing, it's pretty much your turn. So what you have to do is you have to like not give your opponent respect, because if they're just doing this. Okay, let's see what happens. Here's the spacing we're at after a crouched medium kick from pretty much tip range. What can you do versus them? Well, if you push standing medium kick, it whiffs. If you push forward medium kick, it hits. Now, this is 11 frames startup, right? So 11 frames. What happens if Ken pushes a jab after this? Let's figure that out. So let's go like this. Let's go here. Let me re-record that. It's a little bit hard to get the perfect spacing. All right. There, jab. So let's re-record this. Let's go like this. All right, you get a punish counter, right?
Oh, okay. I was thinking I get counter hit, but because it's a spacing trap. Right?
Yeah. Now, are Ken's gonna jab after that? Probably not. So let's get something a little bit more realistic.
I think a bad habit I do is I tend to like I'll block the crouching medium kick and then I'll just jab and get spacing.
Gotcha. All right. So you don't want to
constantly.
Gotcha.
Like, oh, where's my fastest button? And then I throw it a jab and get punch countered.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're getting a little bit too antsy on defense. So here's what I want you to think of. Anytime you block something where your opponent is minus, you basically have two choices you're gonna make. Your choice number one is, am I gonna push a button? Am I gonna take my turn back? Now, what's the benefit of taking your turn back? Well, if you got lots of drive meter and you hit them with something special cancelable, you can drive rush, and now it's very much your turn. You've very forcibly taken your turn back. But if here, from this tip, like crouching medium kick range with Guile against Ken, can't get standing heavy punch, can't get back heavy punch. This just barely whiffs. This hits, but it's not special cancelable. It's only super cancelable. So if you want to go for like level 2, you can. But otherwise, you know, this is just a poke. So the only thing you can really poke with that actually hits your opponent are your non-special cancelable normals. So forward medium kick, standing heavy kick, and upside down kick. But they all have a bit of risk to them because none of them are, what do you call it? You can't DI out of any of them.
Yeah.
So it's got that risk. So if you think your opponent is like always pushing buttons, always pushing their advantage, like something like this that a lot of Ken players will do, they'll do this, then they'll do standing heavy kick just to catch you pushing buttons. Well, this is going to come down to character matchups. What are my opponent's good buttons? What are they most likely to push? What can I do to beat it? Well, here you're +6. That's an 11 frame move. His standing heavy punch is 10 frames. So you'd still beat both standing heavy punch and standing heavy kick. So you don't have to worry about those two moves at this range. If he goes for another crouching medium kick right away, you'll go over it, right? That kind of stuff. You can like preemptively poke. The only issue with this though is you're only +5 here, so you don't get a ton of reward for that. If you push the wrong button, you get smoked. See? So you don't want to be doing that kind of stuff. So if you're pushing a button, it really depends on range, but generally you only get this or this. And then if you have charge and your reactions are really good, you can cancel into a level 1, which makes standing heavy kick really good. And then if they DI, you can react with a level 1 too, but you need charge. So those are basically your two main options when you're blocking stuff from max range. If you think they're going to chill and you think they're not going to really do anything, you can always just like walk forward and poke with like crouching medium punch after or something, just to kind of like take your turn back. Or, of course, another option always at this range is to boom. However, if they jump at you, you get smoked. But doing a defensive boom is really good. And then if you want to knock them down, you can spend the OD meter. But generally, just a boom after your opponents push something from far away is really good because they basically all they can do is jump against this. And then once they're jumping, you know, then your life is easy because you can just flash kick on reaction. So those are your options when people are walking in and pushing buttons after each other, like trying to steal their turn back. Another thing you can do is you can say, okay, this guy's always pushing buttons. I get a little bit of reward if I do this. If I have charge, I get quite a bit of reward if I do this. But I get a ton of reward if I do this. If I whiff punish, because now I'm mid-screen. Now instead of getting like whatever, now you got 33% off of that. Yeah. And you get full corner carry. Right? If you got tons of meter, tons of stuff you can do, like if you really want to be cool with it, you get this kind of shit, right? You know, the boom combo after that. So it really depends on you as a player. It's like, do I want to counter poke them? Do I want to push a button first to stop them from pushing buttons and to teach them you need to respect me and you can't push when you're negative, and that'll teach your opponent to kind of be a little bit more defensive and that allows you to walk in? Or do I think you're going to push buttons, I'm going to walk backwards and I'm going to whiff punish you? That's basically it. And then if the answer to either of those is I'm not sure what they're going to do, you just basically throw a boom and you just do a wait and see kind of approach. And then if they jump the boom, oh well, you know, you're kind of dealing with a bit of a madman and you have to be a little bit more defensive afterwards. But that's basically it for people who are constantly hitting you with crouching medium kicks. So again, just to kind of summarize really quickly, if you're getting constantly hit by crouching medium kicks, that just basically means you're letting your opponent into your range too easily. And to fix that, you need to do more preemptive pokes to keep them out, or have just better spacing, walk backwards right when they get into the tip range of their crouching medium kick, and whiff punish. Although just be careful, as you're practicing this, you are going to get clipped a lot walking backwards. It just takes a little bit of time. So just practice that against a friend in custom room or in like Battle Hub and just get used to it. Then again, after you block the crouching medium kick, what do? Preemptive move, something fast, something good, forward medium kick, standing heavy kick. I'm not doing it. Boom. Little tiny walk forward, crouching medium kick to stop them from pushing their pressure. And then if you know they're always pushing buttons afterwards, you take a little step back, whiff punish, get your reward. So that's basically what you need to be thinking about for crouching medium kicks. Now, what I recommend you doing, instead of just going into training mode and being like, all right, let's practice my crouching medium kick and stuff, go into your replays, find a spot where you get caught by a crouching medium kick. And then, let's see if we can find this.
ducttape. Yep.
I got it. Let's watch this again. Let's see if that happens in this match.
I think this match I got kind of ragdolled.
Sorry?
I think in this match I got kind of ragdolled.
All good. We were a little bit further in the review.
I think this is not the same one we were watching.
Oh, no, it's not, is it? We were watching the first one. My bad. I was okay.
We watched the second game.
One a little bit too fast.
That one, yep.
All right. Probably around here. All right. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so even something like this, right? This crouching medium punch, he's 0 on this, right? You got to challenge. Because he did forward heavy punch here. This is a 20 frame move. So if you just sit there and block, your opponents can keep on pushing over and over and over again. So if you just feel like you're getting into like, you're not pushing enough buttons on defense. Yeah, there, you just jabbed. Okay, there you started pushing. So I think you just need to find more consistency in pushing buttons after your opponent does stuff. Okay, here we go. Right here. So your opponent throws a fireball, walks forward, you hold down back, you take a step back, and you get clipped. So what happened is you walk back too late.
Yeah.
Then you get clipped. I'm surprised you didn't drive rush there. So in this kind of a situation, like we were saying before, find these in your replays, and then practice what you should do instead. You could have won there. Not won, but you could have won that exchange. Or stop him before it even happens. This is +6 if you get a counter hit after back standing heavy kick. So, boom. You can do that. Or heavy kick, send him full screen. This works too. A little bit harder. Or you can just keep them out really fast. Stay away. Or you're holding charge. Keep them out like that. So just practice your basic options here. Crouching medium punch I wouldn't recommend because crouching medium kick will whiff. But you can do stuff like this. Or again, like this. Or you can even backdash kind of thing. You get a bit of reward there. If you're really on point, you can whiff punish this with crouching medium kick, and you get this, which is really good as well. And then you can do this afterwards too. So what I definitely want to see more is I haven't seen you do a single like boom into drive rush yet. Which is like super key for this character. There you're trying to catch him. Boom. Okay, you're throwing these booms. Yeah, you're playing this really passive like defensive game, but I'm not quite sure what your goal is. See, like, see how you like you just dashed up there? This is prime let's drive rush. You got so much bar here. Here, drive rush. This is where you gotta do it. So that would be 0 on block. You dash a little bit too much here. That dash actually kind of messed you up a bit in terms of spacing. What was it?
It was after the EX boom.
Yep.
There.
So what you can do here after the boom, instead of dashing, you do a back light kick because you're gonna keep your charge, right? You get a little bit closer, and now you can take your plus frames.
Okay.
Now if they're pairing, you can throw. Sorry, it's a bit early in the morning for me. I can't get these perfect booms out. Or you just do this. You don't even need to walk for it. But this won't hit the meaty. So just to make sure you get that meaty timing, kind of make it harder for them to get up. But I wouldn't really even do a boom here. You can just kind of like walk up and set up your pressure. You can just, after the OD, 4 dash, you can get some meaty pressure like this. Set up a mix. 1 dash is okay, 2 is too much. There he could have swept you, so just be careful. Boom, nice. But again, the light flash kick. Okay. You don't need to backdash here.
Yeah, I think I was trying to shimmy in.
Yeah, after standing light kick, you don't need to. So, all right, I gotta show you this setup because you did the wrong setup. If you do medium kick, you don't need to backdash. Yeah, I think you're just too passive.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't need to watch more replays. I think I can kind of get a general sense of how you put. Okay, let me show you some set play stuff. Then what we're gonna do is, I'm in Japan. It's gonna be kind of whack, but we're gonna hop into a custom room around there and try to show you when you should be pushing some buttons. But really quick, let me show you some stuff with medium kick, flash kick. So, I'm gonna go over some really quick guile setups that I think you need to learn. If you know them, just let me know and I'll stop explaining it. But we're gonna just go like this. All right. So, flash kicks, when you should use them, when you shouldn't use them. So, if you're doing combos, any grounded combo. So what I mean by grounded combo is nothing with target combos, because target combos kind of pop them into the air and it changes your setups. But anytime you do a grounded combo, like basically jabs into flash kick or crouching medium punch into flash kick, or even just a single, like something like this into flash kick, not the target combo though, just this. I would choose between either medium kick flash kick or hard kick flash kick. So hard kick flash kick is when you want to get full screen corner carry and you want to push them to the corner. Medium kick flash kick is when you want to get set play. So what's your set play after medium kick flash kick? Well, after medium kick flash kick, you've got 2 general options, kind of. So what you can do is you can either 4 dash standing light kick. This is going to leave you +4. So this is good when you really want to rush your opponent down. So basically, if we do block reversal, we're going to go for a regular throw, no delay, just a regular throw. Whoops. Let me try that again. There we go. You can shimmy that.
Okay, you don't need to backdash it.
Nope. As long as you're hitting this meaty. This is auto-timed. As soon as you do the dash, the drive rush, you just push standing light kick and you'll get an auto-timed. It'll hit meaty all the time after the setup. It's guaranteed.
Gotcha.
So you can shimmy it. After you shimmy, you get this. Make sure you learn the spacing, just because if people know you're shimmying too much and you're walking back, you're going to eat crouching medium kicks all the time. So make sure you learn this. That little micro walk, hold down back blocks. What you're going to do is in training mode, turn on a crouching medium kick. And then try to like block it. And then turn on the normal throw as well. And you should be able to block the medium kick and whiff punish the throw on reaction. So make sure you practice that. You get the timing down because that'll keep you safe.
Okay.
Then you can shimmy, but if you know they're pushing buttons, you can get a frame trap standing medium punch. That's going to put you +8. So after +8, you can either decide to burn the bar with standing hard punch drive rush, or you can just go like this and continue it. You can't do that though. You can do this. This is really easy. Crouching medium punch is like guaranteed frame trap here, no matter what they do. Because if they do a light punch here, this will still work. This still beats 4 frames. This is your easiest frame trap after this. But if you want to get max damage, 1 second here. you go for this for max damage, the second part of the target combo. That's your option there. Then remember, if you're ever shimming or whatever, if you are shimming, they're going to be standing, so you can go for your best combos. But if they're crouching, you know, you have to kind of adjust your combos a bit. If they push like a light punch here, all right. If they're not mid-screen, sorry, if they're not in the corner, you can go for your level 1 boom moves there. So that's the first setup. Basically, dash, drive rush, standing light kick, set up your +4 strike throw shimmy pressure. The other thing you can do is if you think your opponent's going to be one of those kind of like Shoryuken kind of guys, so that setup I just showed you, as good as it is, you get blown up by, oh sorry, that was block reversal. You get blown up by these kind of players because they're not going to let you set up your Oki. And you can't block here, so you don't have enough time to do dash, drive rush, block, and you can't, because everything hits meaty, you can't whiff a move and then block in time. Against these kind of players, you omit the first dash and you just do drive rush. The nice thing about this is whether they wake up in place or recover backwards, doesn't matter, you're always going to be in range. So this one too, you're still in range. I didn't have it set to recover backwards. But with this, you get the ability to block their wake-ups. But if they go for a throw, you get an auto shimmy. It's just out of range if you hold down back.
Nice.
And if they decide to do nothing, all you have to do is you just don't hold down back, and you get a meaty throw. So if they wake up with 4 frames, although this is manual timing, so you're gonna have to practice it because you can mess up. You can do the throw too early, or too late. But you get a meaty throw. You can get a meaty back light kick. It's really tricky to set up. This will leave you plus on block though, if you do it right, 2 frames. So you're gonna have to look at the animation of your opponent's character, and then you can be +2 to +3. But again, practice this because getting the plus frame timing is a little bit tricky. Then what you can do instead, if you really want easy plus frames, crouching medium punch works really well. Then you can do tick throw stuff here. Standing medium punch works well too. The issue with standing medium punch, you get a lot of plus frames on this. You're like, what? Oh, sorry, I screwed up the plus frame thing. You get a ton of plus frames, you're +4, but you're almost always outside of throw range if you want to hit the meaty. Gives you tons of reward though, because you're +12 on this, so you can just kind of do your stuff. Crouching medium punch only gonna leave you +2 on block out of this, but it will usually leave you in throw range. See, you're in throw range here, so it hits meaty, and you're in throw range. And then if you get a counter hit, you can do basically whatever you want afterwards. So those are some really good options. So again, if you think they're going to do either a throw or a DP on wake up, you can just kind of set this and just practice reacting to the throw. And then don't forget, if they go for the throw, you're very happy because you can get your mid-screen loops for tons of reward. You can go for that kind of stuff. Right? So those are some things to keep in mind. So just again to summarize real quick, after medium kick, flash kick, you either do forward dash, dash to go for really strong Oki pressure if you think your opponent's going to respect you, or if they don't have an invulnerable reversal, that's generally your best bet. If they do have an invulnerable reversal, then you can just do forward drive rush, hold down back, and see what they do. If you think they're respecting you, you don't hold down back, you just keep on going, and then you do your basic guile mix. You either go into like crouching medium punch for a frame advantage, standing medium punch for a great frame trap, or your typical crouching medium kick, forward medium punch mix for high-low, and then of course you can always rip it at the throw too. That's basically what you want to do mid-screen with this character. That's what sets up his best stuff after the medium kick, flash kick. Just remember, it's medium kick, flash kick. All those setups I told you, the frame timing is different on light kick and hard kick, so you don't get those setups on light kick and hard kick, flash kick. Okay. Do you know his corner setups? So
The
let's say,
only setup I really know is like heavy level 1 ender, and it gives you a safe jump.
okay, so
That's
let's say you do this basic combo,
Mhm.
anything into what do you call it?
Yeah, I usually put Sonic Scythe or the light one.
Okay, that's what you
Like
do. Okay,
blade.
okay, okay. Let's go like
Yeah.
this then. So let me show you
I
what
don't
you do
know.
here.
If
So you go like this, light,
yeah, like
intercept play.
yep.
All right. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do instead of going for that, you can do this.
Oh, and you're +4.
Your +4, you can shimmy them, and you can basically do whatever you want here. So
Huh. And that's on only heavy kick ender
heavy
only.
kick ender, because if you do this,
You're only like +2 or
so
something.
here you're plus plus 39. Medium will work, but like there's really no time you would ever do the medium kick flash kick in
Yeah,
the corner. It's like
less
why
less
would you
damage.
why would you be giving
Less
up damage? Yeah.
yeah.
So you do this, and if you don't mess up the time like I just did, you're +4, so you can shimmy. You can do standing medium punch. You get an auto timed throw. It's just really really good.
Yeah.
It's auto timed. If you think they're gonna push buttons, you go like this. If you think they're gonna throw, you walk back shimmy. If you think they're gonna do a reversal, you just hold down back. That kind of stuff is really really good. The other nice thing about this is if you go for the throw, make sure with guile. That's something I see a lot of like intermediate guile players do. When they go for the throw setup here, let's go like this wake up reversal. Let's go forward jump. You never want to let them get away with this shit.
Just jump out. Yeah.
So whenever you're doing throw, make sure you're inputting throw as down plus throw.
Hmm.
Don't ever let go of down. So you go for this, down plus throw, boom. Because at least you're not gonna get them out of the corner. They're still gonna escape, but at least you're not like letting them get out for free.
Yeah.
So always go for down throw here. And then it's not, you don't even need to cross cut this. It's just auto timed. Guy will always fix it there. You can go for that kind of stuff. Make sure you do that. So that's the one thing. Then just basically set it up from there. Another setup you can do is this. You can whiff standing hard kick. This just kind of changes up for your opponent. They might not know the Gal matchup, but this is basically the exact same thing as down forward hard kick, except you can't shimmy anymore because you're really close.
Okay.
So this is better for like up close pressure. And it just changes it up. It's just like a visual difference. There's only one frame difference, but remember, if they do immediate throw on wake up, you can't get out of it just because, you're point blank. Then another setup you can do is whiff standing medium punch into light punch boom. You're +3 there. This is really strong against opponents who don't have Shoryukens and only have 1 bar of super meter, because level 1 supers don't beat fireballs in this game.
Oh yeah.
So let's say you're fighting against, I don't know, who do I hate? Honda. Right? You're fighting Honda, you're fighting Bison. Bison's only got 1 bar. He's in the corner. What do? Well, you don't need to respect his level 1 at all, because if you get into the corner, and let's set him to do level 1 wake up. Or Manon, right? Manon players love to do that shit. Then you're +14. You go into base, then you get your charge. You can either go into this again, set up the same thing. So depending how much meter you have, you need to set up the exact same thing. Or I would recommend this just because it's more damage, but your wake up changes there. Or do your loops. Because even for 1 bar, if you get them standing here in the corner, you get a ton of damage off of 1 bar. Drive rush, because let's go stand, you would get if I didn't mess it up, you'd get like over 3,000 there. But you get tons of damage for that. So you can work on that kind of stuff. Also, don't forget, you get a really good damage. Let's do the exact same thing again. Let's go like this. A little bit harder to do. Hold on. It doesn't work on that super. He's not plus enough, but you get that off some reversals for hard punch. That's one more thing I want to talk about. Season 3 change. Let you go into this real quick. Why isn't it restarting? There we go. Season 3 change. If your opponent does a reversal on you, they nerfed the damage scaling on crouching medium punch, and they nerfed it on standing hard kick. So Gal's been getting a ton of nerfs since the beginning of the game. Initially, they nerfed his damage on standing heavy punch. Then they reduced it on this and this now. So in Season 1, if you blocked a DP, you would just do double hard punch into drive rush for your best combo. But then they nerfed it again in Season 2.5. So what people would do is this into their best combo, but then now they nerfed that too. And they nerfed crouching medium punch. So these are all kind of bad starters. So what you want to do is, if you block something like this, you want to let go of charge during the move and go into forward hard punch. This is going to give you your best option. That's 2,680 for an easy combo.
Yeah.
There, that's 30%. So that's what you want to do meterless. Because if you're going for this, you're leaving so much damage on the table.
Okay, and then if you want to spend drive rush,
if you want to spend the meter,
go medium punch, crouch medium punch, drive rush.
if you want to spend the meter, this is what you want to do. Or, of course, you can always just do this. This works too. If you want to take away their drive meter, then you just... Sorry, let me try that again. Drive impact. Not too soon, though. Drive impact. Meterless, this is your best damage. That's all you get. Down forward into hard kick. But if you want to spend a bit of bar and get extra reward, dash into level 1.
Yeah.
Would be what you want to do there. And that's going to give you a nice 33%. And you basically build back all of your drive gauge and you get them to the corner and everything. But again, just basic. That's always a good thing to go for. 34%, 1 bar, you get most of your gauge back. Fantastic. Or if you really have the bar for it and you're like full screen and you want to get that really sweet corner carry, you can do this. Let me see if I can get it here. I want to show you. Do you know this combo, by the way? The optimal level 2?
Yeah, it's something I kind of put off practicing. I feel like I can. It's like a lot of the optimal like boom loops in these combos.
Yeah, you don't need to have it, but
yeah, I feel like they're kind of the final frontier. I don't really need to be worrying about it like that.
What I would recommend for this, well, it's way too early in the morning for me to get this right now. You can kind of try to hit forward light kick at the same time. I'm not sure if that's making sense. Hold on. That kind of stuff. So the way I like to think of it is, if you don't need to get the perfect boom on this right away, you can just do... Oh my god, stop. Stop doing DP, Ken. Just real quick, let me show you with my hands here. Boom, let me get this on.
Yeah.
So the tricky part is getting... The tricky part is getting the standing light kick to boom, because a lot of people, they'll get like either this by accident or they'll get this by accident. So what you can do is you can just think of standing light kick to boom. You can actually walk forward and boom in this game, because it holds your boom for just a couple of frames. So you can use this idea and you can just push forward light kick and then kind of like, how can I say? Oh man, my camera's lagging out. Hold on. Why is it doing that? Why is it lagging out on me today? Is that better?
I can see it.
Yeah, just lagging though.
That's fine for me.
There we go. So you can do like forward plus leg kick. You can hit forward plus leg kick with your thumb and then kind of like plink to hard punch. And as long as you are relatively fast, you'll get it. So it would look like this in a combo. There. And then you'll get it there. And then that makes everything like much easier. Then you just need to practice this. And that's like the basics for doing that combo. Or you can just learn to do it the hard way. And learn how to do like standing leg kick into a perfect boom. But it's not easy. But yeah, anyways, that's getting into a little bit of a different topic altogether. But that's basically how you kind of structure that combo. Anyways. All right, so we got a couple things done there. Do you have any other questions? I think I covered most of like the basic Gal stuff that I wanted to cover with you.
Yeah, that was a ton of info. Thanks. I guess, yeah, we only have a couple minutes. Maybe just like general fireball theory. When is a good time to throw them? When is a good time? When should I not? Like,
Okay, so let's do this. Let me fight you in an online match, because thing with fireballs is there's no answer for a good time and a bad time, because it all depends on your, what do you call it? It depends on your boom timing and your opponent's jump timing. So if they don't have a read on your timing, then like it's always good to throw. But if they do have a read, it's always bad. So how can I explain? I would say in this game, fireballs themselves are not strong. Why are they not strong? Because parry exists and they can perfect parry you and stuff, right? So that's bad. You don't just want to throw fireballs all day. You should always be throwing your... So here's what I want you to think with Guile. Instead of thinking when's a good time to throw a fireball, when's a bad time to throw a fireball, think why am I throwing a fireball in the first place? So basically three reasons why you want to throw a fireball with Guile. Reason number one, to stop them from drive rushing at you mid-screen, right? Because you can preemptively stop that forward approach with a fireball. Reason number two, you want to throw a fireball is because you want to slow down the match and you want to get drive gauge back. You are just holding your opponent in a spot, making them respect you, and you're just slowly building back your drive gauge just to kill time until you have enough drive meter to do like drive rush and stuff. Then the third reason you want to throw a fireball is to set up your drive rush pressure. That's it. Yeah. Doing fireball to set up anti-air flash kick is not really strong in this game, because the reward you get for a flash kick is pretty low compared to the reward your opponent gets if they jump in on you. So think of it like that would be my advice, and try to use that to guide you as to when you want to throw fireballs. Gotcha. Rather than just, I play Guile, I need to throw fireballs because that's what I do.
Yeah, it's kind of generally my thought pattern is like, fire, I should be throwing booms. And
yeah.
I don't think they'll jump. And that's kind of it. Shit. How do I put the custom?
Go to fighting lounge or whatever the fuck it's called. Go to the far right to the custom room. Go down invitations. You should find it.
Wait, in fighting ground?
Yeah, fighting ground. Then you go to the right to like online matches. Then you go lobby, custom room or whatever. Then invitations.
Oh yeah. Okay, there you go.
Okay, and I'm just gonna fight you with my crappy sub Ryu because it seems like you maybe struggle with Ryu. So let's try it out. So just play how you normally play, and let me know if you have any questions as we're doing this. My Ryu isn't fantastic, but I'm just gonna try to play in a way that makes you kind of respond to what I'm doing. And just a heads up, it's gonna be laggy because I'm in Japan.
Yeah.
So don't worry about combos and stuff. Just worry about your neutral. Nice. Nice patience there. Very good.
Yeah. It's surprisingly playable for Japan.
Yeah, it's actually pretty playable. Yeah, I know why you're getting hit by crouching medium kicks.
Oh god.
Because you're walking back when
Yeah,
you're
walking back
when I'm too
all the
when I'm
time.
too close. You can't
Yeah.
make it whiff of that range.
Like it's like once you get in that range, I just am like not allowed to walk back.
Nope. If you want to get backwards at that range, you have to backdash. So that's why you're getting clipped by those there.
Is backdash invulnerable to?
No, but it does get you out of range fast enough to dodge it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, nice patience there.
Ah, should have been heavy. Yeah.
Nice.
That should have been level one.
Nice.
Oh, I should have converted.
It's okay. Just be careful not when you're doing your pressure like that. People are gonna start jumping at you, so try to keep a little bit safer and don't let people cross you up like that.
And so I just need to be aware of it, be ready to crouch heavy punch.
Yeah, be aware of it. Just try to set up your pressure where they can't do that to you.
Okay.
Do the standing heavy kick extension there. Down forward extension.
On the sweep punish.
Yep. No reason not to.
Yeah, I need to practice it.
Nice. Nice.
Sign a kill.
It might. Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh.
That's why you gotta throw more booms in that situation. I can't really deal with it there.
I'm so scared of the jumping.
Nice reaction there.
Okay. They're trying to shimmy me. So all I really get is like a crouch medium kick.
Sometimes, yeah. It depends on the spacing in the situation. Nice. Okay, there you go. See, walking back out of that medium kick range. Good. Good. Always be ready for that. Nice.
That, I feel like I do that. Throw a boomer all the time. It's not a good idea.
Nice.
Oh, I got it.
I do feel like it's still letting me walk in a little bit too easily in some of those situations. Nice.
I knew it was coming.
Always be ready for that. Oh, the game's lagging all hard right now.
Oh, yeah.
So after you throw a boom, don't drive rush forward behind. Don't dash behind it, because if you're fighting a fireball character, I can do an OD fireball to stop your dash. I noticed you were dashing before. That's why I did that there.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of like dashing or double dashing off the fire.
All right, so I feel like in the corner, I wasn't able to really do it because it's laggy and it's really hard. But I feel like you basically you like to either do an immediate jab, or you'll let the opponent walk right up to you and then you do a delayed throw. What I was trying to do in a bunch of situations was trying to do my own delayed standing medium punch, but because of the lag, it wasn't working and you were throwing me. But just be aware that if your opponents know that you like to let them walk up to you and then do a delayed throw, they're either going to start neutral jumping on you, or they're going to start doing like delayed mediums or delayed hard punches, and that can blow you up. So if you're fighting, most players, especially in your rank, they don't know the delayed medium punch or the delayed hard punch counter. What they're probably going to do is neutral jump. So if you're fighting those kind of players, hold down back and make sure you're looking for the reaction flash kick. Then if you notice that people are walking up to you and hitting you with medium punch, like a delayed medium punch or delayed hard punch, that'll beat your throw tech. If opponents are doing that to you, all you have to do is just push a button to counter hit them before it comes out. Or you can back throw them into the corner. You can do an immediate throw and then just back throw them into the corner. You get a huge reward for that.
Okay.
All right. All right, I'm going to end the recording here.